Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and I was always told I had a voice radio, so today we are going to be looking at all of the secret rares that are going to be coming in Crimson Invasion, the newest Pokemon trading card game expansion that will be coming out in November. Now, a quick little side note here. These are actually the secret rares that are coming out in the Japanese sets, the Awoken Hero and the Trans-Dimensional Beast. But since that set is essentially Sun and Moon 4, we will be getting these in Crimson Invasion. However, I cannot entirely rule out the possibility we may get some other secret rares as well. And as we're looking at these, I thought it might be fun to try and predict the approximate value they are going to hold when they are released, although all I can really do is look at similar secret rares we currently have and the value they're holding. I cannot make any promises, but I think we can have a pretty gosh darn good go, because I'm a dude who likes numbers, and ladies and gentlemen, I have dug deep into these numbers. So the first thing we can confirm that we're getting is we will be getting the full arts and the rainbow rares of Alolan Golem, Buzzwole, Kartana, Silvally, they're from the Awoken Hero, and from the Trans-Dimensional Beast we will be getting the full arts and rainbow rares of Gyarados, Nihilego, Buzzwole, and Alolan Executor. So we know that all 8 of those GXs are coming out as full arts and as rainbow rares. Now, that leads to the question of roughly what value can we assume that these cards will hold. Now, the best thing I can do is look by analogy. So there are several different types of Pokemon GX we get. Some of them are incredibly playable. Think, for instance, Gardevoir GX. Gardevoir GX, currently you'd be expecting to pay around $32 for the full art and $39 for the rainbow rare, which is, of course, an awful lot of money. But I don't think there are any in this set that are going to become the best deck in the format. Now, I'm a big fan of Alolan Golem. I love the fact that you can do 100 damage for 4 energy, and then your opponent cannot play any cards from their hand the following turn. I love that you can do 200 damage for 4 energy. I think it has potential to be good, but I don't think it's going to be up there as the best deck in the format. So I don't think we've got any Gardevoirs in the set. We also have cards that are a multiple in every single deck, and the only GX that we have at the moment that fits this description is Tapu Lele with the ridiculous Wonder Tag ability, which allows you to search your deck for any supporter card. We don't have a Pokemon like this in the set, ladies and gentlemen. You're talking $75 for the full art, $95 for the rainbow rare. We don't have any of these in this set. What we do have is Nihilego, who's got a really good ability that confuses and poisons the opponent's active Pokemon when you pop it down. And we've got Kartana, which effectively acts like an enhanced hammer as an ability, but also has a really nice GX attack that just allows you to draw an extra prize, although you don't advance your board state by doing so. At this stage, I should point out that I have done videos on all of these GXs. I will try and remember to link them all in the description, so just go there if you want to know more about any of these Pokemon. Now, these are not going to be every deck cards like Tapu Lele. They're not going to be best deck in the format cards like Gardevoir, but they could well be one-ofs in most decks, and we really don't have any GXs like that at the moment. I could see Nihilego and Kartana going up somewhere in the region of $20 for the full art and $10 for the rainbow rare. You generally see a $5 to $10 swing between the full art and the rainbow rare, so they could be very, very good cards. Outside of that, we have some that are playable in their own deck. Not the best deck in the format, but a good deck when played on their own. Best example of this is Metagross, where you'd play $10 for the full art and $18 for the rainbow rare. And then you just get really bad, unplayable GXs like, for instance, Toxapex, which I'm sorry, it's not a good card, as much as some may like it, where you'd pay something like $3 for the full art, and then $10 for the Rainbow Rare. But the other thing you need to know about GXs is that they sometimes get a popularity boost. So, for instance, Sylveon GX is not an amazing card. It sees play in a few decks here and there, yet it attracts around $7 for the full art, $16 for the Rainbow Rare. Why? Because Sylveon is a really good Pokemon that is very popular, that lots of people like. I think the only Pokemon in this set that's likely to attract that little boost is Gyarados, that is a really popular Pokemon. Having said that, Alolan Executor is quite popular, or at least so I'm told. We've never had a card before, so we don't know, so maybe that could get a little bit of a boost as well. Silvally could well be its own deck and attract Metagross prices, but I think Kartana and Nihilego are likely to be the most expensive GXs in this set, because they could theoretically fit into any deck because they've got really nice abilities. And I can't really sit here and put an exact value on all of them, but I have shown you roughly what the values are depending on how playable they are. So essentially, we've got to wait until we see how playable they are, but they're the rough kind of values you're going to be looking at. There are 2 full art supporters coming in Crimson Invasion, Gladion and Lusamine, and I can be a bit more specific about these. Gladion allows you to basically swap a card from your hand for one of your prizes that you get to search for, and Lusamine allows you to recover 2 in any combination of supporter and stadium. Both have the potential to be really playable, but there's no guarantee that they will be. Now, full art supporters tend to be a bit of an all or nothing, so if they're not particularly playable, you end up with stuff like Team Skull, Grunt and Plumeria. They're pretty good, they see play occasionally, you'll pay about $7. Whereas something like Acerola, which is a really good card, although not played in every single deck, hits up around $32. These full art supporters, if played, do really raise in value very quickly. So, again, I can't guarantee where they're going to be, but I think that both of these do have the potential to be more towards Acerola than Team Skull Grunt, which means you're essentially looking nearer $30 than $7, although I don't know if they'll get quite that high. We then have 6 secret rares. Now, Metal Energy, weirdly, we've already got in Sun and Moon. We've already had a secret rare Metal Energy. It's about $20. Similarly, we're getting a full art Water Energy. We haven't got that before, but Water at the moment is played in stuff like Alolan Ninetales and Greninja. It's about as widely played as Fire and Grass, so I feel pretty confident saying this is going to be a $20 card. Warp Energy is getting a full art. Now, this is being reprinted for the first time in a while, and essentially Warp Energy, you attach it to your active Pokemon, and then it's a switch. You get to attach it, and then immediately switch, which is kind of fun, because you could then use it to pay a retreat cost later on in the game. But the thing is, Warp Energy will see a bit of play here or there. It's not going to see a huge amount of play. I think we're looking at around $15 or less, because even though it is a secret rare energy, it's not a particularly great one. It will just see sporadic play here and there. What is likely to see a lot more play is Counter Energy. This counts as 2 of any energy when attached to a non-EX, non-GX when you're behind on prizes. Now, if this becomes as good as Double Colorless Energy, we're looking at $60 for the secret rare. I don't think it will, but that's the potential it's got. It's probably going to be nearer $20 to $30 initially, but this one has the potential to rise in the future. We're also getting Wish Baton, which I'm going to be honest, it's not a particularly good card. It's not seeing a huge amount of play. Cards like Secret Rare Switch and Nest Ball are hovering around $15 at the moment. I reckon Wish Baton is actually played a bit less than that. We could be seeing a card more like Multi-Switch, and Multi-Switch, the secret rare version, can be picked up for about $8. I don't see Wishful Baton being particularly expensive. But the secret rare that I believe will be incredibly valuable is Counter Catcher. Now, I've talked about this in a bunch of videos, but Counter Catcher is a Pokemon catcher without the coin flip. It's a Lysander as an item, as long as you're behind on prizes. I see this instantly being at least a 2 of in basically every deck. For that reason, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's going to be a very valuable card. And we're talking somewhere around either $30 if it sees roughly as much play as Field Blower and Rare Candy, up to $45 if it sees as much play as Choice Band, i.e. if it only sees play in some decks or it's just a 1 or 2 of, you're talking $30, whereas if it's kind of a 3 or 4 of in every deck, then we're more up to the $45 Choice Band range. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is all the secret rares, at least all that we currently know of, that we're going to be getting in Crimson Invasion, and a rough guide to roughly how much you should be expecting to pay for or sell them for when they are released. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, I would love to hear your thoughts on all of this. Let me know in the comment section. Go nuts, be nice. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWossy and Twitch at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. That's where the live action happens. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, etc., you can do so at patreon.com/PTCGRadio. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.